Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode on network security, and in this section we are going to discuss about secure socket layer certificates. An SSL certificate is a digital certificate that basically authenticates the identity of a website and enable an encrypted connection. SSL is a security protocol that creates an encrypted link between the web server and the web browser, ensuring that all data passed between them remains private and secure. Digital certificates are essential for secure communication and the trust in the application, with each having a specific expiry date. When an application detects an expired certificate, it typically takes actions such as terminating the connection, checking the certificate revocation status, alerting the users, or attempting to renew the certificate. And same time, it can log an event as well. These measures help maintaining the security and the trust by ensuring that the only valid certificate are used in communication. In this episode, basically, we are going to use the Python to do the automation to detect the expiry. So if you get those alerts where you see that the expiry is going to be maybe in 30 days or 40 days, then you have enough time to renew those certificate manually or with some sort of the automation to ensure all your users and applications are protected. To use an SSL certificate, you need both a web server and a web browser. The SSL certificate is installed on the web server, which then uses it to establish a secure encrypted connection with the browser on the user device. So technically it is going to form some sort of the tunnel or the WAN to the browsers. These user devices can be varied, including your mobile phones, laptops, desktops, and servers. The browser checks the certificate to ensure it is valid and trusted, enabling secure communication between your user device and the web server. These SSL certificates are commonly used in the website requiring secure connection, such as e-commerce websites, online banking, email services, and any web application which handles sensitive information. Your infrastructure, whether hosted in the cloud or in a data center, relies on SSL certificate to ensure secure encrypted communication between the user device and the web servers. From networking point of view, if you are doing a web development, then you need SSL certificate. You might be using secure VPN connection that is also based on your SSL. There also you need the SSL certificate encryption, or maybe you're hosting those web services or your application services on some sort of the load balancer, and these load balancer can be F5, maybe from Cisco, or maybe from the Netscaler. So all these type of application need SSL certificate to ensure security between the end user and your application. Now let's discuss who basically provides all these SSL certificate. So an SSL certificate provider, also known as Certificate Authority (CA), is an entity that issue SSL certificate to organizations or to individuals. Some of the well-known SSL service provider include Symantec, DigiCerts, Global Sign, and Let's Encrypt. They validate the identity of certificate requester and ensure the credibility and the trustworthiness of the certificate they issue, thereby enabling secure online transactions and communication. You should opt for well-known and reputed certificate authority like DigiCert, Global Sign, Komodo, and Let's Encrypt. Since SSL certificates are one of the major component to ensure the security of the application, hence while opting for or choosing for the certificate authority, you should go for an organization which basically offers warranties or guarantees on their SSL certificate, which can provide compensation in the event of certificate failure. And if you search on the Google, you may find multiple instances where the certificate authorities or your SSL certificate were compromised. Let's see how do we read the SSL certificate. As I mentioned earlier, you need some sort of the client or the browser, which should be installed on your laptop or maybe mobile app devices. So from browser, if you browse this website, and this is basically the Gmail, you can click on this area, and this is going to tell you this is mail.google.com, and this connection is secure. That means it is using SSL certificate and already formed a secured connection to the Google email services. And when you click on this connection is secure, you can open basically the actual certificate, which you can see. And if you go for other browser, this is another browser for which is Edge. You can see this padlock. You can click on the padlock to see the certificate. This is how the actual certificate will look like, and this is for the mail.google.com. So you see two tabs, one is general and one is details. So as I mentioned, these certificates are always issued by some party. So here you can see this is issued by, and the area which we are interested into to do the automation is going to be the validity period. So you see this validity period where it tells issued on this particular date, and it is going to expire on this date. And what we need to protect, it should not expire. If it is expired, then your connection is not secure. So that is the only area which we are trying to protect from the automation. In case your certificate is already expired, you are going to encounter this kind of error while browsing from your browser that your connection is not private. It means it's not secure, and attackers may steal your sensitive information like password, messages, credit card number, etc. etc. However, here you are going to have one option. This is just a warning which is going to pop up. If you want to continue with the website, which you may going to trust, you can go to the advanced option and proceed for the next. It will still take you to the application of the services which is hosted on this. Let's understand how the whole thing will work. So suppose this is your web server where you are running some sort of the website which you want to protect with the SSL certificate. So the first thing first you are going to do is going to generate a CSR, and this CSR will be sent to certificate authority, and this authority will sign the CSR and return you the actual certificate which you can install on this particular CIE. Sometime you can bring the Ansible kind of automation where you can manage those CIs directly. Even for generating the CSR, you can use Ansible kind of tools, or maybe you're using some other tools, doesn't matter to you. But the CI should be manageable by that automation tool actually. So you can generate the CSR, you can renew your CSR, but alerting is something what you need to do something extra. So example, you have some monitoring setup here, and this is going to monitor the website which is running here and going to fetch the expiry date from the certificate, and then you can send this alarm to some tool, internal tools, and that internal tool can communicate to the Ansible, and based on that trigger, Ansible can get into the CI and renew that certificate again. The objective for this session is to monitor the expiry date and generate some sort of alarm, which can be maybe based on your email. So what we are going to do, we will be going for a Linux machine, and on the Linux machine, you are going to have the OpenSSL toolkit, which is going to facilitate how to read and monitor those SSL certificate. And to do this job, We are going to use Python based framework. So Python is going to be a scripting language which is going to use your OpenSSL toolkit to monitor this particular SSL certificate expiry. So what you need to do, you should have the IP connectivity. That means there should be some sort of the WAN, maybe over the internet, or maybe you have some internal WAN connection from where you can reach out to this particular server. That is it for this session. In the next session, we will be talking about the script, Python, Linux box, and how it is going to generate and read those SSL certificate. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next section.